welcome guys to another video by Shots. Now today I'm going to be showing you how to change the Gameplay.json file so you have a limited sprint build anyway and disable base damage and so on. And also I'm going to invite you to DZMC. Please come along and check us out. We have tons of information around many different aspects in changing your servers. And also check out these three guys on YouTube. Wobo, check out Wobo. You should be following Wobo. You should be following Marks, and you should be following Scale Speeder Gaming. Scale Speeder Gaming is releasing some very good informational videos around Dayz. He's also a streamer of many different games. Marks is a content provider and streamer, and also started to release information around Dayz of some very good helpful changes. And Wobo goes into very extensive detail of the smallest changes within Dayz to the biggest changes in Dayz. So please check them out, and without further ado we're going to get straight into the video. Now when you want to use the new Gameplay.json file to have unlimited sprint and to have build anywhere, you must have it enabled with inside your general settings. Now we're going to go, it's all explained with inside the definition inside our Discord here. It's all explained, and it explains that to use this file you need to enable it within general settings. So we're going to now go over to our Nitrado, which is over here, and there we are, and we're going to click onto our settings in general. So we're going to click on the general, and it's going to open up the general settings. We're going to scroll all the way down to the bottom. We're going to enable the CFG Gameplay.json. But realize this: when you enable this, you disable, you override these settings here: base damage, container damage, respawn dialog, personal lighting, and lighting config. Right, you override them. They are now controlled within inside the file. So if you want to change your base damage to on and off of a weekend, you have to edit within inside the file and not just press these ticks here, right? Because these don't work no more. Once you have this enabled, they're overridden. So let's get straight into it. Once you have your Gameplay.json file enabled, you're going to open up your Gameplay.json file with inside your text editor. Oh dear, let me close this. I had a couple of failed attempts at this video where I kind of messed my words up really bad, so hopefully I won't do it again. So I'm going to just reopen the files. There we go. Right, this is my server settings, and this is the official standard server settings. Right, now disable it. Right, let's just start from the top. So disable base damage. Do you want base damage on or off? This is how it's now controlled. If you have the Gameplay.json file enabled to work, you would turn this to 1 and this to 1, and that one there would mean people can't damage your fences, and this one will people can't damage your containers and your storage devices. Yeah, when that's 0, they can't. So that's piece of piss, so easy to do, and that's just changing your base damage on and off of a weekend. It just means that your kill feed can no longer do it. You're gonna have to manually do it by changing a file, but there's nothing to say you can't have 2 double copies of your file, and one of them has the settings already off and one of them has them already on, and then all you've got to do is just change the file of a weekend. You know, just a simple file swap instead of editing codes, boom, and it's done. So respawn dialog is when you respawn, and it offers you the chance to respawn as a custom character, I think. I don't bother with that, so we're going to leave that on. Now disable personal light. Yes, I don't want that on. That's when you go over to a wall or an obstacle and it's dark nights, or it is a dark night, or it's a night time, and the wall, the building and so on glow up around you. I don't want that on, so I'm going to turn that off. Now we're going to get to unlimited sprint. Now what I've done for unlimited sprint is I've only adjusted these 2 top ones, and all I've done is I've changed them from 1.0 to 0. Now I have unlimited sprint on my server, and when you aim down the sights of a gun, it still affects you. It still takes stamina from you, and when you jump it still takes stamina from you, but you can sprint in a straight line. Please note, If you jump over the fence and then sprint, your stamina will be down, like how far down it went when you jumped over the obstacle, and then it will only regenerate when you stop sprinting. So if like you got half stamina you're sprinting, it's not going to regenerate till full until you stop sprinting and go into a jog, a walk, or stop stood still. And that is that for unlimited sprint. So just change them to 1.0s to 0 and you have unlimited sprint on your server. Right, world data. So we're going to go straight down to base building data here. And this is how you get to have build anywhere on your server, and it's very easy to do. It's so easy to do, it's unbelievable. I thought it'd be a very complex like code, you'd have to write out a code in a language, and it's not. It's very easy. Disable colliding B-box check, yeah. Disable colliding player check, yeah. Roof clipping, yeah please. Viable check, don't know what it is, but I want it off. Disable colliding plot check. No, we're gonna leave the garden plots to collide, so you can't build garden plot on garden plot. Yeah, we're gonna do that. Disable colliding angle check. Don't know what that is, but seems very important. We'll turn that on. Disable placement permitted check. Yeah, we'll turn that on. Disable height placement check. Yes, of course. Disable underwater check. Of course. We can now build in streams and stuff. Disable is in terrain check. Whatever that is, we're going to turn that to 1 as well. Construction data. Disable perform roof check. Colliding check and disable distance check. These are now build anywhere, and it's that easy. So if we go over to our Discord here, I can show you this a little bit easier. I have the settings here for build anywhere. This also has the settings for the garden plot. Also, you can download this file, and this file right here will give you base damage off, container damage off, dark nights, no player lighting, and build anywhere. And that is how easy it is to get your build anywhere on. Is you just have to change these in the section here to 1 instead of 0. I'm going to leave the colliding garden plots so people can't stack garden plots and raid. And then you'll have the hit directional behavior. I don't want that on in my server, so I'm going to turn that off. So I'm guessing that is like that. I did notice it was on last night. Post process, no. So that should turn it off now. Right, so let's get a quick recap of what we've done in this file, and a little bit of a better guidance on how to do it. So disable base damage and container damage are controlled by the top 2 lines, and you're just going to change them from 1 to 0 every time you want to change the base damage to on or off. Unlimited sprint, I have changed the top 2 lines to 0, from 1.0 to 0, and that has now enabled unlimited sprint on my server. Base building data, we have disabled most of these apart from the garden plot. Just, I've already explained, I don't want people using them to jump on and raid. I don't know what it means with the garden plots, like can you actually stack them one on top of another and basically build stairs out of garden plots? It's something I'm going to have to test. So you turn all these to 1, from 0 to 1, and this will enable all that, so you now can have the build anywhere. And then the hit directional indicator, I think this is now disabled, so hopefully it is. I mean, I'm guessing I could just remove all this and turn all this to 0, but I'm guessing this one here and this one here are the ones that control it on or off. Now, all this information is within inside DZMC. You can feel free to come and check it out. Build anywhere, unlimited sprint, let's go down here. We have the 1.15 channel changes, we have after 1.15 Livonia changes. So yeah, please come over, check us out, check out the recommended YouTube and streamers and content providers that I've suggested, and give me a like and a follow on YouTube. Thank you very much, guys. Enjoy running around like Flash Gordon. Have a good one.